When the heads get completed and they get to this station, they have the identical station here and the gentleman over there all have the same. They'll take the head, they'll plug it in here, pneumatically and electrically. They'll choose the type of machine that it is, and then we have a program that will run in here and we'll cycle this head. And it will run through its cycles and it will troubleshoot the head. If there's anything miswired, pneumatically or electrically, it will identify it and it will tell it that it has a fault. So then it's up to the QC guy to double check and find out what that fault is, correct it, and then run it through the process again. It goes through 2 QC tests here. After it passes the test twice, then he will go and he will identify it in the computer as to who QC'd it last, what the date was, and when he's completed and puts it into the computer, he will also put a tag right up underneath here. So that tag will tell me who did it and what date. So if we ever have a problem in the field with this head, we can go right back to the last guy who touched this before it went to the indexing system and be able to identify exactly who, what, when, and where. And that way, if there's other issues that follow it, you can address them before they occur. This is for a Challenger 3. Oh, Alpha.
We don't have any of these.
No, Challenger 3 and Alpha heads are identical. This part here, this is your indexing for the head. This is your off contact adjustments on every head. So you've got front and rear off contacts. Every click of the cylinder is 1/16. So you've got
underneath adjustment. Because your frames come down, right?
Yeah, the screens come down on this. The pallets are stationary. So this one here will run up and down much quicker, and this machine's made for speed. You'll also notice on this here, this is for a 6080 Alpha. On a 6080 Alpha or Challenger 3 110 series, we take the carriage cylinders, the chopper cylinders, and we move them out. And if you look at where they are, they'll fall right on your shoulders. So if you're printing a t-shirt that has a seam, your cylinders are right above the seam.
Oh, man.
And that puts all the pressure exactly where you want it, so you don't have puddling at the seam.
We do.
Yeah. So that's what that's for.
That's great.
And when you print with this, if you do a small adjustment here, because they're spread out, this adjustment won't affect that one so drastically on that side. Yours are here, which makes a big difference. Also on the heads, here you have a plug. This plug is for your flash gears. So at every head, you plug your flash gear into here, and that's the control circuitry for your flash gear from the control panel. Okay? When the heads are completed, they'll come over here. This will have the machine number that this head is built for. The length of the tube. The length of the tube is an internal factor. By looking at the length of the tube, we know which machine this is for. So, you know, they all will look alike, but there may be an inch or a ½ inch or 3-inch difference in the head tube, and that's a different machine altogether. So they'll specify that, which will tell me that this is going onto a press. And if you look at that number, it will reflect here on the order. And it'll tell you this is for a 6-color, 8-station machine going to New York. And so the machine number that's being built on here is there. So now this is tied to that customer from this point on.
Are you making machines to order, or are you pre-making them?
We make them specifically to order. Because every machine is different, every feature is different, the options. So everything is built to order. There's virtually no place for us to store, nor can we catch up.
Okay.
So we're building anywhere from 4 to 5 presses per day. So when you're building 4 to 5 presses per day, we're almost at capacity in this plant. So that's about all we can do and keep up. And we try to give our customers a 3-day delivery window, 3 days before or 3 days after the specific delivery date. In order to keep that, we know exactly how much we can do, and that's all we commit to.
That's great.